Okay, so on to a little bit of an uplifting story. I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's gone completely viral, but a Dubai lad surprises a driver by paying his rent for a full month. So the video was originally posted by Bartman on TikTok 2 days ago, and it's already racked up 8 million views. And I think we actually checked this morning, and it's on to like 8.6 million views now, which is incredible. So within the video, the man speaks to a Talabat driver who shares that he lives in an accommodation in Al Quoz with 14 other people.
So I think in this video, the content creator is trying to get information from the driver. So we found out that collectively they pay about 3K a month, and this rider in particular is paying 300 dirham for his share of the accommodation. So within the video, you can see the man returning to his room, coming back with 300 dirham cash for the rider, and that's signifying that he paid a month's rent. He just gave him the cash.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty incredible. So the man that posted the video, Bartman, he's actually a content creator from Germany who's now based in Dubai. So he has about 220K followers on IG and about 195K followers on TikTok. And if you look at his profile, just kind of like, even if you glance at it, he's actually kind of done similar videos to this before. So he'll go around Dubai and kind of strike up a conversation casually with whether it be a delivery driver or a worker. And then he'll kind of surprise them with whatever, a certain amount of money at the end of that conversation.
After he's gauged. For example, there's another video and he asks the guy, okay, so where do you live? A similar line of questioning, and, you know, how much do you spend on yourself in the month? 200 dirham. Here's 200 dirham.
Yeah.
So these videos tend to divide opinion. Is Bartman a Robin Hood? Nearly, he's not stealing from the rich, but is he, you know, he's super charitable guy, just wants to create awareness, or is there an element that he's doing it for the gram? And always it's going to divide opinion. There's always going to be on social media, there's all these negativity. I would love your thoughts on this. We can see the thoughts coming through on the video that we posted yesterday, which was the video itself. Thoughts?
I mean, listen, I get it. I get where people are like, maybe we shouldn't be posting videos of people without their permission, or like maybe he didn't want his story going viral, you know what I mean? About his living situation or whatever it is. Obviously, at the end of the day, like, it's a good deed, right? Like, he did pay his month's rent. We saw that physically happening. It's just, right, we don't know the backstory, like, before, like, the camera went on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We don't know it.
We don't know.
I think, like, traditionally, you're not meant to share your good deed, but people tend to live their whole lives on social media. So if you're sharing everything else, why do you hold back the good deed? The thing about this video is I personally sometimes feel uncomfortable about taking videos of anyone of any demographic, you know, without their permission. However, if this video, like it's the numbers in this video that kind of were stark to me. Like this content creator, he made the effort to speak to someone to find out how much he's paying per rent in a month. Yeah, he's paying 300 dirham, and for me, hearing that, it makes you consider, okay, I could potentially go to brunch this weekend to drop 300 dirham without really thinking. Yeah, this guy has lit a spark in 8 million people's minds that we could potentially pay someone's rent. Or whether maybe you don't have 300 dirham to drop, but maybe you do it slowly throughout the month. Maybe you tip a little bit more because you realize how much more significant that small amount of money might be for one person. So yes, there might be an element of discomfort in taking the video, but I feel like the pros outweigh the cons, and it's really about paying it forward. It is an amazing act of kindness. You might do it and not share it on Instagram. Absolutely fine. A lot of people do charitable goods quietly. That's amazing. But if this ignites a spark for paying it forward and potentially more people paying someone's rent and their money can go to their families back home, I'm for it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I do understand it, but even when you watch the video in the beginning, he goes like, okay, how many people do you live with? And then he says 14, right? And then he goes like, okay, so how much do you pay a month? He says 3,000, like, as a collective they pay. And then when he goes into the fact that, like, he pays 300 for himself, like you said, because it's kind of like a number that we, without even thinking, could spend like on a weekend out. I think that's what like is really like eye-catching about it. And I mean, if it encourages more people to do things like this, even let's say, okay, if there is an element of like they're doing it for the views, I guess at the end of the day, as you said, the good outweighs the bad. Like, if more people are doing it, you know?
Yeah, it's encouraging good deeds. It's like that movie Pay It Forward.
Yeah.
That came out in the early 2000s, and it was about rather than returning a favor, do 3 good deeds, and everyone you pay it forward to, let them know to do three more good deeds, and it sparked this like global outpouring of kindness.
Yeah.
So if this sparks that, and for me it's the encouraging, but it's also the numbers game of someone's rent is 300 dirham a month, and how we could potentially be a little bit more kind and giving.
Yeah.
I personally know that I could be, and this is the reminders to do it.
Yeah. I think it happens as well, like it's seasonal, right? Like we see it sometimes in Ramadan, like especially here, we're super charitable, or like we'll really take note of the fact that like people are fasting during certain hours. So let's make sure to like be cautious of that. But obviously, like we just need to remember to do it throughout the year type thing. Yeah.
Always we want to get your thoughts, because we know these videos divide opinion, and we see Instagram coming through, but we also love to read your comments after the show. Let's jump into our next story. Unfortunately, this